Back here with Doug Kazarian. I'm Chris Hassel. We've got the Copa del Rey final, or at least we did have it on ESPN2 a little bit earlier. Barcelona going for the treble. La Liga, Copa del Rey, and they play for the Champions League final on June 6th against Juventus. That would be 20th minute. Absolute brilliance here from Messi. Careful. Down the sideline. Trying to go down that route. Doug, he's going 56.8 yards for the goal.
Strong side low will go.
That's why he's the best. He's the best player. I mean, Ronaldo fans will say, "Hey, well, Ronaldo's the best player," but Messi making it look so easy. I think he nutmegged the guy too. Look at that. Made it 1-0 Barcelona. I think we saw that 14 times on the replay there. 74th minute, it's 2-0, and now Messi again. Neymar had the in-between goal to make it 2-0. Messi scores his second, and that is how Barcelona wins the Copa del Rey final. Mark Dowson, Craig Burley, trophy presentation, fellas.
A trophy presentation unlike any other, because most of the players that are on the pitch, Gurpegi and Iraithos for Bilbao, have shared an elevator with Xavi and Iniesta and the match officials to get presented with the cup.
Well, it saves walking up any stairs, which I don't believe there is at the Camp Nou, but this is going to be a wonderful moment for two sensational players for Barcelona.
For the 27th time, the champions of the Copa del Rey are Barcelona, and next week, they and Juventus will both play for the treble at the Olympiastadion in Berlin. A 3-1 victory for Barcelona. But what about the first goal by Messi?
Well, first of all, great atmosphere at the Camp Nou, made by both sets of fans, an even split in terms of the support. Bilbao supported fantastically well. Barcelona, obviously the final at their home ground. And it was Lionel Messi. It wasn't all his show, but it was started by this little guy. And God, how are Juventus going to stop him in Berlin next week? That is the big question. How are they going to cope with him? Bilbao gave their all, but the disparity mark between those two teams was obvious to see. Messi, Neymar, Suarez, Iniesta, they had all the answers, and Bilbao, quite frankly, really lacked any ideas. As I say, that's the double now for Barcelona. In 7 days' time, they will be in Berlin, they will be facing the Italian champions, and it is hard to rule out this team winning the treble and lifting the Champions League.
Because no team in Europe has won the treble twice. Barca did so in 2009 under Pep Guardiola when they beat ATLÉTICO Bilbao in the final by 4-1. But today, they were just a class apart. We mentioned during commentary, Craig, about momentum. That's 30 victories in their last 34 games for Barcelona. They are a juggernaut right now. Is there a fair way to stop Barca next week, or will Juve have to resort to some sort of foul means?
Oh, I think a few years ago the Italians were top drawer at that, but you can't do that in the modern game now. And this Juventus side that Barcelona will be facing are a good side. Look, let's look back 3 or 4 months to the turn of the year. Luis Enrique, the Barcelona manager, was under pressure. They were talking about this team creaking. They were talking about divisions. They were talking about Lionel Messi being unhappy. They were talking about sacking the coach, Mr. Enrique. Now, this has been an incredible turnaround. Real Madrid were the favourites to lift La Liga. Real Madrid were the favourites to win the Champions League. Ronaldo, they said, was the greatest player in the world at this moment in time. But Lionel Messi came up with the answers. Barcelona came up with the answers. They're playing as good as I've ever seen any club side play. They have the best marked front three in world soccer by far. They are a juggernaut, but they can be beaten. Juventus must believe that they can beat them next week. And it ain't going to be easy. It is not going to be easy. But if you're a neutral, and if you love your soccer, you got to love watching this Barcelona team.
It's fitting that the last thing that Xavi Hernandez will do in a Barcelona jersey at this stadium is to lift the massive Copa del Rey trophy. Barcelona beat ATLÉTICO Bilbao by 3-1. Thanks for your company today. It's been a pleasure. Back to Sports Centre, Chris and Doug.
All right, Barcelona's done it. They will go for the treble on June the 6th against Juventus. Messi with a couple of goals there, but we have some other... Yeah, right. Well, it's a shocker he didn't have another hat trick, right? He's Doug Kazarian. I'm Chris Hassel. Let's do sports, Doug.
Let's do that. How about some baseball?